Hello everyone, I'm Aditya and you're watching another episode of T3. Welcome back from Diwali. Like everyone else, I was busy giving time to family, friends, and the most important thing in human life, sleep. Yes, sleep. So that's past. Now, what is this video about? It's about Google Pixel 4 and why is it bad for everyone, especially in this country in India and other countries like Australia, Mexico, and Japan. So we'll talk about what's good, what's bad, and what's average in this phone. So yes, let's start talking tech. So Google released this phone a few weeks back and the news came up front that this phone is not going to be officially sold in the countries that I've already told you about, including India. And the reason behind this is the use of solely radar technology, which is based on the 60 gigahertz frequency framework, and this frequency range is not allowed for public use by the respective governments in these countries. So why this radar tech? Well, Pixel 4 uses this radar tech for providing you two important features. First one being the face unlock. So this is the alternative to Apple's Face ID, the secure alternative to Apple's Face ID, which no one was providing till now in Android. So Pixel is trying to do something good, but because they're using this technology, so every time you try and open your phone, unlock your phone using the face unlock in India or these countries, you're going to have a problem because this technology is not allowed for public access. The second feature for which this phone uses radar tech is touchless gestures, where, as the name suggests, you don't have to touch your phone and the phone will sense what you want it to do. For example, if you move your hand over the phone screen, it will play the next song, even without you touching it. But unfortunately, you cannot use this feature in India. Well, we already discussed solely radar technology and how is it a problem for people in specific countries. But there are problems which are going to be common to everyone. Let's start with the 90 Hz screen refresh rate. Well, in layman terms, 90 Hz screen refresh rate converts into something which is a buttery smooth experience when you talk about the screen. Like if you scroll up and down, the phone screen won't break a sweat, which means for gamers or if you're a person who uses high performance apps, this should really help and it should be a buttery smooth experience for you. But Google has already started getting complaints regarding the 90 Hz screen refresh rate, where if you keep your phone's brightness at 75% or lower, then it only works at 60 Hz, and that is a big difference for someone who was meant to use 90 Hz. Another problem is the face unlock again, where if the phone is put in front of you and even if your eyes are closed, still the phone would get opened, and that's not secure. Like you might be sleeping and someone would just put the phone like this and it will be getting opened. So that's a big problem and there is no solution in sight for it. And the last problem is the lack of 4K recording at 60 frames per second. Google says that it does not find the need to provide this feature because people are only using 1080p recording, which is the full HD recording, and therefore they'll try their level best, put in all efforts to improve that quality instead of providing something which is not needed by the people. Well, Google, you should know that even a 15,000 mid-ranger is providing that feature, and an iPhone 11 which costs you around 1 lakh rupees is also providing the same. So why not you join the bandwagon and provide a feature which is needed by people? Previously I said that okay, we'll also talk about the good part of the Pixel 4 lineup, but frankly speaking, technically speaking, there is nothing that good in this phone. Yes, it does have the Snapdragon 855 Plus chipset, which is the best chipset for Android phones as of now, but that chipset has been used by every other phone for the past 3-4 months, and you took this 3-4 months time extra to come up with something which is not actually making sense to people. I know I sound a little too harsh for Google here, but understand, its direct competition is with the iPhones of Apple, and here Google is not able to defeat its Android counterparts itself, where phones from Samsung, OnePlus and Huawei, which is not able to use Google services, is also coming with such great phones. And here Google, which is using the same chipset as Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus used by the other Android counterparts, a chipset made by Qualcomm, a third-party manufacturer, you were just doing the designing part and the OS part, and you come up with such a crappy device in 1 year. Whereas if you see Apple, which is the biggest competition for Google, a company of the same stature, Apple builds its own chipset, its own iOS, and still it's coming with such great devices where you are actually nitpicking. You're cribbing about the prices that Apple charges, the outlandish prices that Apple charges. But understand, it is because of companies like Google who are charging 60,000, 70,000 bucks and giving you such crappy devices. Definitely Apple will say, okay, I'll charge you 1 lakh rupees and I'll give you the best phone possible. I know a company of Google's stature will definitely come back, will definitely make improvements in its products, and it will outshine all its competition, be it Android or iOS. But the only problem that I have currently is that you used to have Nexus series phones from Google only, where Nexus 5 was the best phone I ever felt in my hand, and after that it was 6P, and it just kept falling down, and it has been the same process even today. And this is not something that you can expect of a company like Google. What happens in an iPhone is that Apple itself creates the software and the hardware, and therefore it is able to patch both of them in such beautiful manner that you get seamless experience using an iPhone. And that is the same thing I or everyone among us expect from Google, because Google is the one who is producing Android OS. And therefore if it manages somehow the hardware to patch in some manner with the software, that is the Android OS, we could definitely get a phone which provides us the same seamless Android experience. I hope you didn't mind the unabashed approach that I had for the Google Pixel 4 lineup in this video. And if you liked this video, then definitely give it a big thumbs up. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it to as many people as you can, so that a lot more people can have an all-round tech experience in their lives. We'll definitely meet sometime soon. A lot more to talk about, so many topics in my head that I really want to express in front of you people. Until next time, keep thinking tech, keep thinking T3. Cheers.